So today I decided I wanted to make a soup because it is a little chilly outside. So I'm actually going to do the slow cooker loaded potato soup, but I am doing it in my Ninja Foodi here. And so first it does call for about 3.5 pounds of russet potatoes, peeled and diced into smaller pieces. So I already did that. And it actually ended up being about 8 cups of potatoes. It also calls for 1 cup of a chopped onion. And so you're going to dump that one in there too. And it calls for 3 14.5 cans of chicken broth. That actually amounts to about, well, this is a 4-cup measuring cup here. So that's all of the 32 ounces there. And then this is another extra 12 ounces, which is about another 1.5 cups. So you just get to pour all that in there. It does say also 1 cup of evaporated milk. I've never cooked with this before, so this is a new thing for me. This is a 12-ounce can. I am just going to pour the whole thing in there. And I believe it says you get to salt and pepper a little bit here. So I'm just going to kind of shake a little bit in here. Okay. I'll probably end up adding more pepper later just because we like it a little peppery. I'm going to give it a good stir since there's all kinds of good stuff in here. Kind of gives that a nice little toss. And then I'm going to come down and get my pressure cooking lid. I'm going to turn this on now that I'm ready to do stuff. And we are going to do the slow cooker like I said, so you want to assemble your pressure cooking lid.
Make sure your seal's in good.
Oh yeah, definitely make sure your seal's in good because if not it'll pop up an error message. I had that happen to me one of the previous recipes that I made. And since you're doing the slow cooker, you are actually going to make sure that your little knob up here is in your vent position instead of the seal position because you're not going to be pressurizing anything. And we are going to do it on high. And we're going to do it for 4 hours. And so we will be back in about 4 hours. Okay, so it has been 4 hours. Actually, it's been a little over 4 hours, but that's all right. So the soup is actually not quite ready. There is another step or 2. But I do need to actually ladle out 2 cups of the soup because that's going to be part of my sauce that I make. Wow. Okay. It's having some issues. Anyway. Let me give this a quick little stir first of all. So this is what it looks like right now. Like I said, right now I get to make more of like a sauce to go, or yeah, it's like a little bit of a sauce I guess. I don't know, I've never made this before, so it's a new recipe. So yeah, you want to ladle out 2 cups worth. Liquid instead of the potatoes. Now that I'm talking about it. Good. So I can't read directions very well. I actually just need liquid from it, like 2 cups. So you don't want to get any potatoes in there. Because this is going to be the base for your, like, I don't know what you want to call it. But anyway. So once I ladle out 2 cups worth of the liquid, I'm going to actually make the sauce. And that's going to take not very long, hopefully. Almost there. Alright, that's about 2 cups. And so it is still on the keep warm function, which is totally fine because that's what I needed to do anyway. So then I get to actually go over to the stove, and hopefully that'll stay there. So this whole sauce making process, you're going to actually heat up like a medium saucepan over medium heat, and you get to add in a 1/3 cup of butter in here. And then once that melts, you're going to add in a 1/3 of a cup of flour. And then once you start mixing it all together, you're going to actually start adding in some more of your potato soup. And that should help thicken up your sauce. And then we're going to pour it all back in the slow cooker for a little bit. Alright, my butter has melted. So now I'm going to add in my 1/3 cup of flour. And I'm going to be whisking that away for about 2 minutes until it gets nice and thick, which obviously it won't take very long. And you get all nice and clumpy. And it does say to actually, if you wanted to, you can add in some bacon. So, obviously not to the sauce, but to the whole recipe. So I actually do have some bacon in my oven. It's cooking right now. So that's going to be added to the recipe once it's all done. So I think I'm ready to start adding in a little bit of the liquid at a time from that 2 cups that I took out of the slow cooker. And I'm just going to add a little bit at a time. And the recipe said it's actually going to thicken up really quick. So this is a new experience for me as well. But yeah, you're just going to kind of mix it around until you don't have any more clumps. And then yeah, once this is all mixed in together, I'm going to actually put it back in the slow cooker for about 10 more minutes on high. And then I'll be able to put it all together once I get this sauce all made up here. So my sauce is all ready to go. I did have a couple of potatoes that ended up in there just because they wanted a different swim in a different pot, I guess. Anyway, I'm just going to pour this back into here, and I'm going to give it a nice mix. Let's put it back on the stove. And kind of stir that up a little bit. And then we're actually going to, it says at this point you can actually use like your potato masher if you want your little potato chunks to not be like that big. I'm personally not worried about it right at this point. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my pressure cooking lid back on. I'm still going to be using the slow cooker function. I'm just going to put it on high again and let it cook for an additional 10 minutes. That is what my recipe calls for. So, and again, you still want it in your vent position because you don't need it to be sealed. And we're going to go ahead and go back to slow cooker, not yogurt. Okay, I'm going to start this. Just a second. Okay. Okay. Just so you know I'm doing the right thing on here. Slow cooking. High. I only want. Okay. Well, it won't let me go any lower than 4 hours, but I'm going to go ahead and set a timer on my little kitchen timer for 10 minutes, and then we should be good to go. Okay. It's been 10 minutes since it's been on high, since I added in that little soup mixture thing. So you actually get to turn your Ninja Foodi off because you're done cooking now. You do get to take the lid off if it'll cooperate for you. which mine did, so that's good. And the last couple little steps here, you can add in a half a cup of sour cream. All that good stuff in there. And then it also says you can add in some bacon. So this is the bacon that I had cooking earlier. It's just what I had left over. I bought some bacon earlier and used it in a different recipe. So that is what I have left there. And I almost forgot, but I do need to add in, I didn't have this ready, I apologize. It does say to add in 1.5 cups of shredded cheese. But you can do this individually too, like you can set up individual bowls and then just divide the cheese among the bowls. It's entirely up to you. And it also says that you can use like 4 green onions diced up. And again, you can use them, you know, just in each individual bowl, or you can just add it all in here like I am. I am not doing the green onions just because I forgot that I don't have any. But anyway, once you get that all in there, you just give it a nice big stir. Kind of mix all that good stuff together. Let the cheese melt a little bit here. But that is basically your loaded potato soup in the slow cooker, Ninja Foodi style.